Financial advisor or life insurance agent, and you have kind of held off on creating content because you feel like you don't have the equipment or a studio and it's complicated, this week's episode is going to show you how you can use simple equipment, even just your iPhone or smartphone itself, and create candid, on-the-go videos that are authentic and build more trust with your potential clients. So to learn more, stick with us as I go on a walk as the sun comes up here in Southern California. Stick around for this week's episode of the Digital Advisor Weekly.
Welcome to the Digital Advisor Weekly broadcast. Looking to boost your business with the latest trends, innovative tech, and must-have resources? Join us to discover how to successfully scale your practice and automate the process. Here to guide you is your host, the dynamic leader of Advisor Marketing Hub and managing partner at American Financial, Rob Souza.
Welcome everybody who's joining us live. My name is Rob from Digital Advisor Weekly, and we are answering a question from one of our viewers last week, Tony, who asked us for tips about how to record using just your phone, but outdoors on the go versus in a controlled environment with equipment. So that's what we're going to be covering today. So Tony, this episode is for you. So you have joined me on my morning walk, just to give you a panoramic of the walk that we're going to be going on and the journey as the sun rises. Head with me as we get started by asking the biggest question, which is, why do people hesitate to get started? Why do they feel like it's so intimidating to start creating video content and documenting their personal opinions and the things that they can be teaching to help solve everyday problems for your community and developing those relationships by creating really genuine and authentic content? And for that, I pre-recorded a video this morning by asking ChatGPT that very question.
Why do most business professionals hesitate to use their smartphone to create video content for their marketing?
Most business professionals hesitate to use their smartphones for creating marketing video content for a few reasons. Firstly, they might doubt the quality of content that a smartphone can produce, thinking it won't match up to professional standards. Secondly, there's often a lack of confidence or experience in being on camera, making them feel uneasy about recording themselves. Lastly, many are simply unaware of the powerful capabilities of modern smartphones for creating high-quality videos, including advanced cameras and editing apps, which can make the process simpler and more accessible.
Before we jump in to showing you some solutions, tips, tricks, and very easy ways to build content using your iPhone, let's just talk equipment. Okay, so let's talk about cameras for a moment. Everybody has a smartphone, and in this day and age, most smartphones have as good of a quality of camera as than most webcams and most actually compact cameras. Huh, a deer. just ran away. Okay. The joys of being live. It is beautiful this time of year. I love sunrise, sunset. The animals are out. What a great time to be out in nature. What a blessing. And again, what a way to include your greatest passions into your videos. So when it comes to cameras, I encourage you to use what you have. And people always ask, well, should I use the rear, better facing camera or the selfie camera, which is what we consider the front camera? So I'm using the front camera right now because I wanted to show you the most simple possible breakdown. And in fact, it's actually decent quality. Now, I also encourage you, clean your lens. If you have a white or a soft cloth, one for like cleaning sunglasses types of things, you can improve the quality of the camera by simply making sure there's no smudge marks on your camera. And finally, when you look at the cameras that are built in on the back side of the camera of the phone versus front side, usually those alternate lenses are for zooming in, zooming out, time lapse, studio or portrait mode, and those sorts of things are not necessary when you're doing a candid on-the-go film or video for someone. And when it comes to stabilization, using a selfie stick or even a tripod where you can extend it out and pull it away from you is going to create a much better stabilized picture. You also have to choose from which direction you're going to be filming from. If you're filming for a video reel on, let's say, TikTok or Instagram, you actually want to be in the other mode. Not to make you dizzy, but we are live. And the traditional view, which can be used on all of the other platforms, and especially for YouTube, you want to be in the horizontal view, and you'll get much better video quality. Again, instead of holding the selfie stick, I also could, and the reason why I use a tripod for a selfie stick is I also can extend the tripod feet out, set it down on the ground wherever I'm at, and then we get the most stable video possible. You can see the lighting is pretty good here. Now, if I rotate, you're going to begin to see the lighting dynamic change. That may be even better than what I had before. And as I rotate all the way around, you can start to see there's a shadow. And as we rotate even more, and you can begin to start to see where the sun is coming up, you'll start to see bright haze. So we really want to avoid having the sun directly towards us. We'd rather see if we can rotate and have the sun behind the camera, facing through the camera to you. And avoid direct sunlight. See if you can stand in the shade. You're going to get much better video. So let's talk about sound. I showed you earlier some of the optional pieces of equipment. If you're this close in a quiet area, you can get away with your phone's built-in microphone. If you want to spend $15 to $20, I am wearing that sample wireless mic where I plug one piece into the bottom of my phone and then the other piece clipped to my shirt, and it creates much better quality sound. And remember, sound can be more important than even your video quality. Now let's talk about framing for a moment. When you're trying to hold your camera, and that's why a selfie stick is helpful, making sure that you try and position yourself, think about dividing your camera into thirds horizontally and then thirds vertically. And you want to kind of position yourself not quite exactly in the center of the image, maybe offset just a little bit. And then make sure that your eyes are in just above the middle third, and you'll get a much better dynamic shot. You can see, even with dynamic background, you get a really good visual while keeping yourself right where you want to in framing the image. Now let's put it all together and let's do a video on the go. One of my favorite things to do is to hike in the wilderness right behind our home. And so we're going to make an attempt. Now it's difficult in a live broadcast because there is no forgiving. So if I trip on a rock and fall, you'll all get to see it. But easily, if you're using at the very least, I would say, if you're going to walk and video at the same time, I'd encourage you to get a very simple tripod or selfie stick. You can get them for about 10 bucks on Amazon, and you can easily keep the phone far enough away from you so you also have peripheral vision. You can stabilize the camera a little bit better and hopefully not trip along the way. But as we go back to lighting, you're seeing a little bit of harsh lighting as the sun's coming up and it's interfering with creating shadows, but that's okay. That's part of the authenticness of creating videos on the go. Not to mention you get to share your favorite surroundings with people, your favorite places, and people get to know you a little bit better. It's authentic, it's real, it's relational. Giving people an opportunity to get to know you more, especially environments that are outside of your office and outside of a studio. So as we round the bend here, I encourage you, share your favorite things. Don't be afraid to do behind the scenes videos in your office, talking to your staff, maybe a staff meeting with a client who's willing to jump on a camera with you. How about on your way to driving to work? All of it is part of your daily life, who you are, and allows people to trust you because you're being more transparent and not trying to create really polished content and presentations and they can't see through the facade of whatever presentations that you may or may not be presenting to them, whatever solutions you may be presenting to them. So I encourage you, get out your camera. Even if you don't use the content, how do you have anything to lose from pulling out your camera, sharing your ideas and your inspirations? I almost tipped my head. And you have only opportunity to create more hardcore fans who are choosing to do business, not because of your brand, your logo, and sometimes even your experience. They want to do business with you because of your authenticity. So get out the camera, join us with this challenge. Please do a sample cut, post it in the comments, send it to us. We'll even do a free edit for you if you'd like as a sample video. But I'm telling you, this is the better alternative than doing polished videos in a studio all the time. Now let's talk about editing. You can do editing as simple as using a free account for Canva. You can use iMovie if you have an iPhone. There is an Adobe app for editing video, CapCut. There's all kinds of softwares out there that are very easy. The easiest possible solution, send it to your VA, a virtual assistant that can do all of the heavy lifting for you and keep it as simple as possible. If you're editing yourself, I encourage you, try and video in clips, and then you can connect them together by using transitional either images where you finish a clip, go to an image, and then go to another clip so that you don't try and jump clip from one to the next, or you can use some sort of animated transition. Now let's talk about uploading your video. And different platforms are going to be different, but what you're going to want is a title, a thumbnail for most cases, and then also a description and hashtags. You can do all of that using ChatGPT.
Can you suggest a YouTube video title for an instructional video for financial advisors to use their smartphone to create video content for marketing their business, and also a optimized YouTube description with possible hashtags?
Sure. How about this for a title? Smartphone Mastery, Financial Advisor's Guide to Creating Engaging Video Content. And for the description? Unlock the power of your smartphone to boost your financial advisory practice. In this step-by-step guide, learn how to create captivating video content that attracts clients and grows your business. Discover tips on lighting, sound, and presentation, plus editing tricks to make your video shine. No fancy equipment needed, just your phone and a passion for helping others. Hashtags: financial advisor, video marketing, smartphone tips, smartphone techniques, digital marketing, client attraction, business growth, DIY video, marketing tips.
So today we talked about trying to keep it simple and don't let the technicalities or your lack of knowledge keep you from filming content, because your opinion and your influence matters. People need to hear what your strategies and what's influenced you to make you the advisor or life insurance agent that you are today. And that's how you build authentic relationships. So don't be scared to just pull out your phone. If you have a mount while you're driving, a selfie stick while you're walking, or just lean your phone up against a tree, but share what's on your mind, what inspires you, and what you feel like people should know that could help the most amount of people possible. That will turn relationships into clients and clients into sales. So I encourage you, if you need any of the resources we discussed today, you can see them in the show notes. And if you'd like to take the next step to advanced filming outdoors using a gimbal and a few other pieces of more advanced equipment, feel free to join us next week for the Digital Advisor Weekly.